Hi, it's Rob from robandphoto.com with a book review of From the Front, The Story of War by Michael S. Sweeney. This is a book by National Geographic, and it's a history of war photojournalism and war journalism in general as well, featuring lots of great photos and lots of great text as well. It starts, there's a nice Robert Nachtwey image, James Nachtwey image, and it starts sort of way back with the Crimean War and the American Civil War, and sort of goes through to sort of the modern day with the Gulf War, intermingled with essays and loads of really great photographs. What I found really quite surprising was how photojournalism and war journalism start off with often, you know, it was nothing like the idea of journalism we have today, where the idea is that you have independent journalists writing hopefully fairly neutral pieces. You know, the idea is to get both sides of the story. But lots of the early journalism was nothing to do with that at all. It was all about whipping up a frenzy, especially for things like the American War against the Spanish in the late 1800s or the early 1900s. I'm quite sure which. But yeah, this book delves right into that, and the exploits of the photographers and the journalists who took part in these expeditions. How some of them were heavily censored, and some of them weren't censored at all. Obviously, the older photographs are a real nice glimpse back in time. And then if we jump forward quite a bit, let's see where we go here, past the First World War. Beginning, that's Guernica there, as we go into the Second World War. Colour photographs. Robert Capa, here we go. So this book, although it's not chocker with photographs, there's a lot of text in it, it's worth getting purely for these little snippets of photographs by various photographers. There's a good example. That was a good example of Capa's work. But then if we jump forward onto, here we go. I love this photograph. It's taken, I think, during the Battle of the Bulge. That's an American tank, I think. It looks like an American tank, and it's a colour image, but because it's taken in the winter, it's almost monochrome. But you can see the yellow of some sort of tarpaulin there, and you know that could have been taken yesterday. It is, the colours are great, the images are great. You know, the soldiers, they're all bedraggled, the snow's coming down. Just fantastic imagery, and really puts you in the spot of where it would be. There we go. American Marines fighting on Iwo Jima. Ernie Pyle, another famous photographer who died. You know, I love these air photographs. You know, trace of fire over London, shelling. They're just, you know, you just can't really describe how, well, for me anyway, how exciting really great war photography is. You know, to look to actually, these guys are there with the bullets and ladies are there with the bullets zipping around their heads. And I guess the pièce de resistance for me, they've got a bit of career, would be some of the shots from Vietnam, because this book includes some of the work of one of my favourite war photographers, which is of course Larry Burrows. And here we have his feature from life, flight with the helicopter crew. And there we have the images. I mean, the price of admission is worth it for these photographs alone. So this is where Larry Burrows went on a helicopter mission, and unfortunately some of them died on the way, and they picked up some downed pilots. And it's a sort of brief photo essay of what was going on. And they were into sort of Palestine, the Intifada, Lebanon, South Africa, a bit of bang bang as they called it, fall of the Berlin Wall. And there we have sort of an iconic image from the first Gulf War back in 1992. So there we go. From the Front, The Story of War by Michael S. Sweeney, published by National Geographic. You'll be able to get it from Amazon or good bookstores online, or bricks and mortar stores, or you might be able to pick it up from your local library. I got this copy, as ever, found it in a second-hand shop for a couple of quid. Well, my name's Rob from robandphoto.com. Thanks for watching.